Hello, Mathies. It is Michelle here with another 7th grade SBAC style question. We're going to read the question twice. The first time we're just going to read it to get context. The second time we're going to get more key information, and then we'll go through the choices. So here we go. Please read along with me. We got this. Autumn wants to estimate which flavor of yogurt is most popular at Peach Wave Yogurt with students in the 6th grade. Which sampling method would give Autumn the best estimate? Okay, so now we're going to read it and pick which information is the most important. So we've got Autumn wants to estimate which flavor of yogurt is most popular at Peach Wave Yogurt. That information is not as important. With students in the 6th grade. So we're specifically looking for 6th grade students. Which sampling method would give Autumn the best estimate? All right. So now we're estimating, and we know we're looking at 6th grade students as a whole. So let's go. So survey all middle school students. Well, in middle school, we have 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students. And because we only really care about 6th grade, this wouldn't make any sense. But we're not going to cross it out yet because there might be more that make even less sense. Well, here we go. Survey all 6th grade students. So that probably makes some sense. Okay. So we know we can cross this out because we're not going to survey every single student, and it includes 7th and 8th grade. So we could survey all 6th grade students, but the question says it wants us to do an estimate. So if we're going to estimate something, we wouldn't literally count every single student. We're going to take a selection of those students, and that's going to help us make an estimate. So I'm not convinced it's this one, but let's look at the other ones. This one says survey a random sample of 6th grade students. Now that makes sense because we're estimating, so we don't have to do all of it. So this is going to be our first choice over this one. So we'll cross this baby out. Let's see if the next one's even better. Survey a random sample of all middle school students. Well, this takes us back to the same problem before. Before we were doing all 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. If we only care about 6th grade, it wouldn't make sense for us to figure out what 8th graders want because we're only looking at 6th grade. So that's why it's not going to be this one. Okay, now I think there's a lot of times estimation and surveying tends not, this is our winner, woohoo, tends not to, we have so many other things in the curriculum, we don't always get to it. But these types of questions, if we just take a minute and think about it line by line, they're not as hard as we think they could be. So the answer to this one would be survey a random sample of 6th grade students. And the reason why it's a random sample is because it's asking us for an estimate. And because it's an estimate, we don't have to ask every person. We're just doing an estimate. And the reason why it's the 6th grade versus all of the middle school is because the question Autumn only cares about 6th grade. So why would we collect information from other data points? All right, this is Michelle. I'll talk to you guys later. Keep doing math. There we are. Bye, guys.